I think, took a break. Don't you think, Dusty?
Yes, I do. But it's good to see everybody back and we're busy again. So, keep doing what you're doing out there. So, Carlos, I'm going to turn the show over to you. You can introduce your friend and we'll go.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find the post so I can share it on my page. So, good morning, everyone. It's Carlos Ramos, and I'm here. We have a special guest today, Joe Hancock with Southwest Funding, friend of mine that I've worked with. And he has been really doing a great job on TikTok. And since that is probably the hottest platform, actually, I think it really is the hottest platform right now. Wouldn't you say, Joe? I think it's beating everybody right now. So we want to bring him on and talk about TikTok. Talk a little bit about how it's working for him and his business, and he's going to share some tips on like the beginning stages of it, because I'm pretty sure everybody's going to ask, how do I get started, and the music, do I have to dance, do I have to do all that crazy stuff? And my wife knows I'm not a dancer, so you're not going to probably be seeing a lot of dancing from this guy. So Joe, let me introduce yourself, and let's get right into TikTok, man. How did you get started with it?
I mean, I stumbled into it actually because I was doing a lot, and I still do video. I was doing a lot of video production, taking 45 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, editing, doing all this stuff to make a 1-minute video, and coming up with content and all the other things. So the challenge for me was to try to find a way that I could make a shorter video that I could get even more engagement on and not spend so much time editing. So I was already, because I noticed my views at 10 seconds were high. People were giving me at least 10 seconds of their time. And then the 1 minute would drop. It would hang for a little while, and then my dedicated people would watch through. So I said, I'm going to work on trying to make a 10-second video. And then I saw TikTok, and I downloaded it, and I started flipping through it and watching all the people dancing and music and the craziness that's on there. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to play with some edits that I had and see if I can make something out of it. So I started just kind of tinkering with it, and I found found some music I liked that's on TikTok, and I'm going to walk through how you do that in just a second. And I was able to piece it all together and kind of make a little high energy video. So I did that, and I shared it. Now, here's the interesting thing with TikTok for me. My clients don't come from TikTok. They come from Facebook and LinkedIn. So I use TikTok as the editor, and I take it and I share it because TikTok allows you to share across platform. Now, you don't share it through the TikTok app. It lets you download it. So you download that and you drop it on the other platforms.
Okay.
That's where the engagement comes from. The engagement I've gotten on TikTok as far as clients has only been, people that probably won't qualify.
Yeah.
But the engagement I get outside of it using the TikTok platform and the speed that I can get the videos out has made it useful for me. I've gotten more ROI, I guess you could say, on my TikTok videos than any other video platform I've used.
But not so much on the TikTok platform. It's when you're sharing it to your other social media.
Yeah. So taking it to my other media platforms has gotten me more exposure and more views. Now, what TikTok's allowed me to do is evolve myself into kind of a humorous type of video. So I felt that humor goes across better than anything else. If you look at the best Super Bowl ads out there, every one of them are funny. So if you look at the ads you remember the most, typically they're funny.
They are.
So I said, I've got to find a way. Now, if you're not a funny person, doesn't mean you can't make videos. I'm not a comedian. I'm not this and that. But what I started doing is I started trying to evolutionize my videos is go from showing my first one was like, I'm showing real high energy, what I'm doing every day. I'm picking up the phone, I'm in the car, I'm doing all this. And it was kind of really cool to making videos that were kind of humorous related to my industry, and then also other ones too, because just in general in life, like what we're going through with COVID, different things like that, just making things that are relatable, and so
Yeah.
people see it.
Like I see you do it with your kids, you know, like you said, you got everybody involved. It's not just work related. And I
Yeah,
think
so
a lot of people think everything has to be work related, and it's like, no, it doesn't have to be.
no, you got to show your side. You show your human side, and people want to see that. If it's always mortgage, no matter how funny you make it, eventually people go, "Okay, I've had enough laughing at the mortgage guy. I want to see something else." So that's how I've kind of tried to make it evolutionize. Let's jump into just really quick. So the question that a lot of people are going to ask, well, how do you even do this on TikTok?
Exactly.
Well, the first step, download the app. Okay.
Phone or computer?
On the phone.
Okay.
You'll be on the phone. So you're going to use it on your phone. And then once you download the app, you create a little account, and then you're going to you just start kind of scrolling through, and you'll see all these different types of things. You'll see people, as we were talking about, dancing and different skits and stuff like that. So it has kind of like a photo, like an editor that's built in. So if you want to create something, you can create something without posting it. You can just practice a little bit. So you can like video yourself, and you can make you can learn how to do the text, where the text edits are showing up on the video at certain times. All that's in the right hand column of your screen, and you're able to click those and just experiment. That's what I did. I started playing with it. The thing that I will tell everybody, because what I see almost everybody do when they first get on TikTok, is it has all these screen elements to do and these things that you can do make your screen go crazy and all that stuff. Don't do all that. You don't need to do all that, because that actually will take away viewers from you, because they can't see what you're doing. They don't really understand you. It's like it's got all this flashy stuff all in place. You don't need to do that. You just want to have either a good music track or a good soundtrack that you're using, that you're like emulating. Like some of mine, for example, I'm actually acting out what they're saying. Like if it's a scene from a movie you're familiar with, I'll use that scene and relate that scene to either something mortgage or in our life that we're doing. And so if I wish I actually had some to show you to kind of demonstrate, but like when mortgage rates went up, there was a scene from Anchorman that I used, and it was just talking about, ooh, that escalated quickly, and so it was talking about rates going up, and it was, I just acted out a scene, and I had, like Alka-Seltzers or something that I was taking, and then I acted out the other guy, but it was the Anchorman scene, so I'm actually just acting that scene out, but not me talking. It's just them, but I'm mouthing it out. And it'll allow you, the TikTok platform will allow you to slow down that scene so you can actually catch up with it. A lot of people have trouble if they want to do those kind of scenes and kind of act that stuff out. You can't catch on quick enough to be able to make your mouth match. So you can actually slow it down and then do it in slow motion, and and then you can get all the words right, and you look like you're actually nailing the scene dead on. So it allows you to do those kind of things as well. It's got all these little tiny features, and I recommend you just play with it. And my first recommendation is you scroll through and you start listening for musics or scenes that you like, things that are funny, and or whatever kind of message you're trying to get across, and you just use your mind as you're listening to something. If something you like, there's a way to save it down at the bottom right. You can click the music and just hit add to favorites. And that's what I do, is I'll add all these sounds from scenes, music, all these different sounds that I think I might use. And then once I have all those sounds, I have a time of day, usually on a Monday or Tuesday. I'll spend about an hour just going through and listening to all those sounds I saved again. And when I'll listen to them, and then one of them will click and an idea will hit, and I'll roll with it. And about 10 minutes later, I have everything done. So, and I can usually do 2 or 3 at the same time. And so I get them all done. I usually find several that I like, and I do the scenes and get them done. And then I can just release them throughout the week instead of trying to do it every single day. And so saving the sounds is one of your biggest pieces. So you can kind of build your little portfolio of ideas you're coming up with.
So with the music and the sounds that are on TikTok, I noticed like, and I'm sure a lot of people, I know when I first got on TikTok, it was pretty interesting to like see a lot of the videos that popped up, but you can actually like, and I mean, what I mean by that is there was some pretty graphic stuff on there, or too many bikinis or whatever it may be, but you can actually hold the screen and put not interested, so you can get past all that. So you see less of that. And also I learned from Gary Vee, which I didn't know before, is like the search feature. So if you want to search real estate, you know, they have the magnifying glass. You just type in real estate and you can start watching real estate videos, mortgage videos. So for those of you watching us right now, if you're looking for content ideas like Joe does, how he does his, you can easily go on and watch other people and see what they're doing, download their music, right, Joe? I mean, that's pretty much it, really.
So yeah, when you're scrolling through, like, that's exactly what you want to do, because it's just like Facebook and any other social media platform. If you're scrolling through and you're seeing all the bikinis and you're not saying not interested, then it's going to continue to feed you those, and it'll also pick up on how long you stay on each of those. So if you watch those through, you like this, so we're going to keep feeding you this.
Yeah.
So you want to start. So the ones that the sounds that you like, you know, you watch them through a couple times, it'll start to feed that information back to you. So now when I go on there, most of the stuff I see is either the type of music that I typically use in my background, or the type of soundtrack or sounds that I usually use. So it gives something similar to what I've been doing. So it's easier now for me to find that stuff. So as soon as I'm scrolling, it's usually not some of the typical stuff that TikTok is known for.
Yeah.
Usually don't see that in mine anymore. So I can usually find what I'm looking for pretty quickly and save some sounds. I've got a lot of sounds saved now. So now I'll go through now and just scroll through the sounds and start thinking of ideas. And the ideas can come to you really easy. A lot of people worry about ideas and get stuck on, what am I going to do? Every single day, ideas are presenting themselves to you. So something that happens to you every single day, you can make a video about anything. So if the kids did something silly, you can see that, and then how it reacted. Like I did one the other day. I was just sitting on my computer. Kids came in, they start arguing, and so I try to help them out, and it turns into a bigger battle. It's getting crazy. Well, I had a perfect sound for that. It was a rap song, and there's all this kind of, you can't understand what they were saying on purpose. And so that's what I did. And I just kind of acted that out. That came just by me sitting on my computer, and the kids come by and get berserk on me. So anything can happen. And say if you, some of the stuff I share in the mortgage side is consumer directed, and some of it is loan officer directed. It's like, I do things to share with just my industry, companions, people that are in my industry, to things that we only know what I'm even talking about. But they if it's happened to you while you're working on a loan, and that day something weird happens, I can make something on that, and you kind of make something funny towards it. And I've done some of them where I've made them for my underwriters to give them a laugh for the day.
Yeah, they have a pretty dry job, right?
And everybody needs a rush. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs that. So I try to relate to what they have to go through every day. So it's just making it, if you make your videos relatable, people will catch on to you. And because I have found why I'm getting the results I get, because I've gained a lot of referral sources. I've gained a lot of business out of it now. I can directly track back loans that I've closed to TikTok versus other advertising forms I've done that I spent money on and done a lot of work towards. And it's all because I've tried to make it as relatable as possible, and not be salesy, not saying I'm the best at this or this and that. Just exactly. Be relatable. So as you're in your normal day, ideas will hit you. And then if you save those sounds and you're looking through that, some of that stuff will click to your ideas. And again, follow other people on there and see that you'll start seeing other people's ideas. You don't necessarily need to do specifically what they do, but that can spin you into another idea. I've seen people do a great skit to a certain sound, and then I go, I like that sound, but I come up with a different skit. But because I saw that they used that, I said, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm going to take that and try to spin it in my own way and be able to do it that way. So, you don't have to necessarily, take what they're doing, but they can inspire you to do other things because it may get you a different idea.
Joe, I just have one question for you. So TikTok is rather new. Is there anybody in particular with your industry that you're following? That you follow, that you find that they have interesting stuff?
There is, let me see if I can look her name up. There's one young lady that she does a good job. Let me see.
So Joe Hancock, he is called the
digital mortgage guy.
The digital mortgage guy, right?
Yeah.
So you can look him up. Obviously, he's doing something right on TikTok. And then if you can find the other.
Yeah, so mine is, and it's funny, is when I started on there, I didn't name myself the digital mortgage guy on there. So I'm actually Joe Hancock 9 because I didn't think I was going to use this thing.
Okay.
So that's my actual username. I never even changed it on there because, like I said, I don't really use it to market. But when people go on there and find me and look at some of my stuff, it's Joe Hancock 9.
Okay.
And so I'm just seeing if I can.
The thing I think I like about TikTok is something you said earlier about, a lot of like, all the videos I do is Facebook Live, or if I do a video, I'm spending time editing it. And so that right there is a big part of it for me. And that is time consuming. So TikTok is great for those that don't have the time to put it all together and they have to go quick. They can do nice short videos, add some music, a little skit to it. I mean, I've been watching a few realtors do it as well locally, and they're killing it. They're just funny little videos, and most of them are the ones that don't want to do videos, but they'll do quick little TikToks,
Yeah,
it goes well. I mean, on the platform, when I look at it, it's just really simple to use. It's just it's pretty straightforward. So if you tinker with it a few times, you're gonna figure it out pretty easy.
Yeah.
To kind of play with it. And like I said, you don't have to post. You can just make videos on it and just learn it before you even make your first post.
Yeah. 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 I see realtors post like open houses, and they'll just take pictures of the houses, add some text to it, add some music to it, and this and that. So not a lot of people have to use it all the time with their, like how we are on screen right now, our faces. They'll do little stuff, animals, or their dogs, their cats, and all that stuff. So, I mean, the whole point of TikTok, is like anything else I say, is like do something, It's a great marketing platform.
Yeah, I mean, in today's world too, it's people's time is shorter and shorter and shorter. Their attention span really, and so the beauty of the TikTok platform is I keep mine at 15 seconds or less, and that has made it get more results. And even my 30-second ones and stuff don't get near as high a result as a 15-second one.
Yeah, they kind of want it quick. They want you to hit it and go, hit it and go.
They want to be able to scroll, see it. And the thing is, when you do it consistently, that's the other piece. And this is one thing that Carlos preaches, consistency, is you got to stay consistent, because if you do it once in a blue moon, for one, you're going to be a ghost on social media pretty much.
Yep.
You may swing through. Some people may see you. Some people may not. So that's kind of what happens. You just sometimes they see it. But if you do it, even if you're doing it starting out, I know a lady on LinkedIn that does once a week, but she's consistent on once a week. Every Thursday, she has a video out. When she posts a video, she gets 5,000 views typically.
Wow.
So because she's become a regular show. Think of it as a TV show.
Right.
You know this show's coming out. You see it on a regular basis. Whenever you see a movie coming out, the promos, are always consistent. That's kind of stuff that's how you get seen. And so mine, I've been consistent with them. I don't really focus on how many views each of them get. I look at it, but I don't really stress over that because I know that tomorrow is another video. And so people they're just seeing me on a regular basis, just like Carlos. I see him every day, just about on my Facebook feed somewhere. So he's popping up constantly. So that's Carlos nuts. But what that does is when, like, say I was a consumer and I'm looking to buy a house. Now he's going to be the first person I think of because I've seen him so much. So I'm going to talk to him. And that's happened to me with these TikToks because I've seen this stuff. And now through social media, direct messages, I've gotten way more stuff than any other thing. I get people hitting me all the time. Hey, can you run some numbers on this? Or what's the rates on this? And I have a question on this, all that stuff that a year ago, I wasn't getting near that kind of response. And my volume has showed it. I've gone up. I've probably increased volume 40% this year over last year.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Big difference. I mean, when Joe and I worked together a couple of years ago, I think it's about a couple of years, and him and I, when I first got to the company, I called Joe up and we were talking and bouncing ideas off each other, and we both knew that this is where it was going, and I think a lot of people didn't believe us, but I mean, look at both of us now. We're doing the videos, and he's doing TikTok and videos. I'm just starting to get into TikTok, but not really major yet. But video marketing is where it's at. That's the whole reason why we do these calls on Monday, these video lives on Mondays. The marketing aspect of it. They're saying by the end of the year, I mean, 80% of social media is going to be video. I mean, really. That's where we're going. I mean, that's the whole reason why we do this. Dusty and I do this, and we bring guests on like Joe to, whatever tips and techniques and just getting that out there. And it's all to help everybody out. I mean, Joe and we're both in Florida. We're both loan officers, and he's in one area and I'm another. And we still talk to each other and we still give each other tips and help each other out because that's how we are. So there's no egos in this. This is just everybody helping everybody. And that's the whole point of our show on Mondays. Like you said, being consistent is Dusty and I want to do this every week.
Yep. And even when we get out of COVID, even when we're out of COVID, I mean, this is something that it's our give back. It's our way of giving you an education to help you become a bigger, better agent. And so that's our goal, because hopefully when you do that, then we're the first people that you think of when it comes time to either get a home inspection or a loan. So,
I say, good. Joe, I appreciate you coming on here today for us. And if anybody has any questions for Joe, I have him tagged on my page. If you need his information or ask him any more questions, ask him any questions, that is, regarding TikTok, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll get you his number. He's more than willing to help you guys out. And I mean, I didn't see any questions pop up in the chat. So
nope. His number is also scrolling across the bottom if you happen to need his contact information. And it's Joe Hancock 9 on TikTok, right?
Yeah, you can find it there, Joe Hancock 9 on there, or on YouTube. It's Joe Hancock. You'll see all the different videos there. But yeah, if you need help, if you're getting stuck on it, just reach out. You can even, text me if you want, and I can screenshot. We can screen share. I can show you how to do it. It's not hard, and it's just download it and play with it. That's the best way to do it.
That's the only way we all got better with video being here is just tried it out and just keep practicing and practicing and practice. I had somebody ask me and say, man, you're comfortable on camera. I was like, man, I've done over 700 videos. I have to keep learning different ways to look where I'm looking, say what I'm saying, and the content and all that stuff like that. If you've never done it, you gotta at least just do it, and then just get that fear over with, right, Joe? Just do that one. One video.
The people like you being real and they understand that your video may not be perfect. It may not have the best editing. Because as you do videos, you start seeing other guys that do videos. You'll start picking up on stuff, and you'll see some really good ones. And you're going, man.
Yeah. That's how you learn. That's how
Yeah,
you learn.
but you just understand that, for one, that guy may have $20,000 of equipment that he's using into this thing,
Right.
but he built to that, or she built to that. But the beauty nowadays, you only need this, really. You can do everything you need to do right here. And not have to get too crazy. So
this is my life right here. That's what I tell people. I'm like, who's your videographer? iPhone? Me? You know? It's easy. It's that easy. We have so much technology in our hands. You don't need to go graphic. Give me my cell phone and my mic. I'll go live anywhere.
Yeah.
So
there you go. I love it. So the idea here is go live and be consistent, because your presence matters. And thank you, Joe, for joining us today. Carlos, thank you. Did you want to say anything to the audience before we leave?
Yeah, if you have any marketing tips, or there's a platform that you're really good at and you watch us, or if you know somebody that is very good at a platform, please feel free to reach out to either Dusty or myself. We'd like to have them on, or you on as a guest, and just to get this information out there. Marketing is key right now. And again, thank you, Joe, for joining us today. His number is scrolling on, and if you're just tuning in now, guess what? Go back and watch the replay.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.